If you're trying to get high quality backlinks, press features, press wins, interviews, podcasts, you've probably heard of HARO and Qwoted. Today in this video, I'm going to break down pros and cons of each, when I would choose which over the other, how to actually use them, and which platform works best for link building and PR so you don't waste your time. And if you are new here, my name is Bridget Aileen Cisco. I'm the co-founder of Visibility on Purpose, and we help small business owners, product brands, and founders get featured in the media. And one part of that equation is securing high quality backlinks for your website, for your SEO. And we'll talk about why that even matters in the first place. I do have a little friend here with me today, so if you hear some little sounds, it is him. So let's just confirm why we're even talking about this in the first place before we go into each platform on its own. Why does link building matter? Link building matters for your ranking on Google. We all know that we want to be found more easily. We want our website to come up. We want our name to come up. We want, when people type in things that relate to our business, for us to come up. And one of those ways that you can do that is through link building, because basically the internet connects like a web. So if your website connects to a highly trafficked website like Forbes, like Huffington Post, like Mind Body Green, like CNBC, and if those sites are linked to your website, you have the ability to get found more easily, which is why link building is absolutely a part of your visibility strategy, and it's a part of PR, it's a part of public relations. You also want to build these high quality links because now that ChatGPT is like a way that people find businesses, a way that people learn things, you want to be referenced by those language learning models, LLMs, like ChatGPT and maybe Grok. I forget whatever one my husband uses. And last but not least, boosting credibility through media mentions is really important just for your brand's credibility, right? So you want to be seen as an expert. You want to be interviewed on high quality magazines, on quality podcasts, on big platforms. And this is one of the ways that you can do it. Now, it's important that we're talking about earned PR here, and just like we've done a bunch of videos on the difference between earned versus paid press. So everything we talk about and teach here at Visibility on Purpose is earned media, meaning you are not exchanging money for getting a link somewhere or for being interviewed on a specific platform. Earned PR equals higher trust and follow links. What we have learned from others in the industry is that paid press usually does not result in a follow link, meaning it's not going to do those same things that we're going for here, which is being found more on Google, boosting the credibility through that, being referenced on language learning models. Paid press is not going to get you there. So the cool thing about these days is technology is incredible. There are platforms that are evolving and making this easier for you as a business owner. Like probably as we sit here right now, there are companies figuring out new platforms that they can sell to us, but they're helpful. So today I want to break down HARO and Qwoted, and I'm going to go through each specifically, kind of give you a little bit of an overview so you can learn how to use these platforms for yourself. And as always, we do have a link to join Qwoted in the description of this video, so be sure to check that out if you want to learn more. So let's start with HARO here. So HARO is back. HARO is help a reporter out, and HARO connects journalists with sources. So in this case, you are a source, and HARO is going to be a way that you can connect with journalists. So basically, journalists are tasked with writing stories, and they need experts to help with those stories, whether it's a podcast, whether it's an article, whether it's a magazine. They need your help. You're going to write in your email right here, and you are going to sign up for Help a Reporter Out. And essentially, Help a Reporter Out is going to give you daily queries. Okay, so right here, you can see what HARO actually looks like in your inbox. Every single day, you're going to get 3 emails into your inbox. And basically, this is what writers are looking for. So based on category, business, travel, health, pharma, general, they're going to basically make a query, and you're going to think through if you are an expert for that query. I would not recommend when you're doing a link building strategy to just answer every single one of these. I don't think that's very smart or calculated. But for instance, if I'm a mortgage lender, I might click on this query right here. And I might ask myself, okay, do I know the answer to that question? And they're going to tell you what they want, right? So looking for a US news article, that's a pretty highly trafficked site. So that's a great option, if this is something that fits you. They're asking specifically about something, and they're saying, hey, you got to be available for this because I'm going to need you to be available. They're going to tell you what email to reply to, what outlet it's for, and the deadline that there is. So that's basically HARO. You're going to find queries for the different categories that relate to you and your business, and you're going to answer them. It's important to make sure that you are answering with a professional email, and you must be answering with the email that you signed up for. So that's just kind of like some basics about HARO and help a reporter out. So here are just some pros about HARO. It is completely free, so you're likely not going to see a cost involved in HARO. You are going to get those 3 emails into your inbox, so I would recommend making things pretty organized in your inbox so that it's not super overwhelming. Like maybe you use tags or some sort of label to organize everything for yourself. And it's very well known around journalists, so they are going to use that platform. It is like tried and true. HARO has like withstood the test of time. And last but not least, there's a big amount of queries. Now, the cons of HARO is it can be very time consuming to pick through. Like you can tell right there that if I'm getting 3 emails a day just from HARO, like your inbox is probably already loaded. And this is something that takes time because you can pitch, you're likely not going to hear a response if they don't pick you. You might not even hear a response if they do pick you, which can be challenging as well. But I can show you at the end of this video how I would look up backlinks and just keep track of things. And lastly, there is high competition with HARO because it's free, right? So there's more access amongst people like you, and it is competitive. So you need to have a good pitch. Now, one of the things we help business owners with here at Visibility on Purpose is that positioning of their brand. So if you need that personalized attention of how should I be responding to these queries, we can help you. Just click the link below and you'll learn more about what we can help you with. Okay, now let's go into Qwoted. So this is Qwoted.com. We have the link in the description of this video below. If you join, there's no extra cost to you. So Qwoted, similarly to HARO, is also a website that connects members of the media with sources like you. But also think about self-representing experts, businesses, PR professionals. You know, a lot of people are using this site, but you as a small business owner can absolutely use it, sharing your expertise with the media. And it is free to sign up. There is also a paid plan. So I would hit join Qwoted for free up here in the upper right hand corner. And once I've created an account, I would be seeing something like this. So you can just see right off the bat, Qwoted is a much more tech-friendly and user-friendly platform compared to HARO. So HARO is bare bones and simple. Qwoted is extremely user-friendly in my very honest opinion. I started using Qwoted as an individual, trying to get more exposure for being a yoga teacher and just kind of like playing around, seeing how it goes. So we have other videos describing exactly how to use the platform, but you can see it's pretty simple. If I was an interior designer, I might type in like a keyword like interior design, and I can see all of the queries. So think about each one of these as individual queries. Again, they're going to tell you exactly what they're looking for, what the outlet is, and there's some really big players on Qwoted, I would say. You can see, you know, how many pitches have been submitted already. You can see when the deadline is. You can see exactly what they're looking for. I'm gonna go back. And then there are some like smaller brands as well. So for instance, Homestead How To. Like this is a smaller site, but they're looking for content, and that can still be a great option for you if you're not going for like the highest caliber like Homes and Gardens or Go Banking Rates or what else is on here? Birdie is a more trafficked site, more well known. So it just depends on what you're looking for. But that is Qwoted. It's pretty cool. It's going to show you exactly the platform. It's going to show you what they're looking for. It's going to show you what they're asking, and it's going to show you when it was posted. It's even going to show you this number 2 right here on the CIO one. It's even going to show you how many pitches have already been submitted. So again, I have other videos going into how to use Qwoted, but that's just like a little overview. Now with Qwoted, it's a little bit different because you're not getting just emails into your inbox, although you also do get emails into your inbox, and it will look like this right here. But with Qwoted, you also have a profile. So if you have done your profile well, and this is where it's important to like be well positioned, have your branding down, like really know how to talk about what it is that you're doing, and that's where you might need our help. So feel free to reach out if that is the case. But you have a profile, and journalists can also find you based on your profile, which is super cool. And it's actually happened to us. And specifically, I also do some PR for my dad, who is a certified financial planner. So I have a profile for him, you know, stating that he is a certified financial planner. And we have also had journalists reach out to us because of his profile and expertise. So that's a really cool like two-way street that can happen with Qwoted. One thing I love about Qwoted personally is you can actually see like if the writer has read your pitch. The challenge with some PR and like platforms like HARO, you just don't have the ability to like track, hey, did they read this? Like, is anyone there? Is anyone there? With Qwoted, you can at least see that the writer at a magazine actually read this. Now, if they choose to use you, sometimes they'll let you know and sometimes they don't. So just like be aware of that, but that's okay. Now let's go to pros and cons again. So pros, profiles can attract journalist inbound inquiries, which we love. There's definitely some really high quality publications and very niche publications. And I think like more opportunity, right? Because I can go onto Quoted and type in a specific keyword and it's going to show me all the opportunities. Where with HARO, I'm just going to see, what is available for that day and has an upcoming deadline. Another pro with Quoted is I think it's more user friendly, to be honest. It's just like prettier, easier to use. And I think it's a great place for you to also build relationships because you can have that direct connection with a journalist. Now, cons, there is a paid plan as well, so a little bit more barrier to entry. But honestly, compared to platforms like Muckrack or Cision, it is a fraction of the cost. So if that is something within your budget, I think it's so recommended to do the paid plan. There are features that are just going to be really helpful when you have the paid plan versus free, like you're able to submit unlimited pitches. With free, you only get a couple. So to kind of sum it up, link building, HARO versus Quoted, what do we have? I think with HARO, it's kind of good for a spray and pray approach because you can go a little bit broader, but you have to think about, does that actually help my business's strategy? Now with Quoted, I think it's better suited for more strategic, like niche specific backlinks where you're being quoted for your specific expertise and you want to get into certain publications that are actually going to help boost your brand and your credibility. For instance, HARO, there might be some more smaller blogs with lower domain authority versus Quoted. There are definitely some huge platforms with higher ranking domain authority. Now, you can find great platforms on both of the sites. It kind of just depends on like your time as well, because HARO is going to take you a little bit longer. Now, if you are just starting out, I would absolutely sign up on both of these platforms. I'm on both of these platforms, just like personally. Remember, your inbox will get a little bit full. So use like a separate business email, maybe for your PR, so that it's all organized somewhere for you. And I would practice, with HARO. You can start sending out some emails, see if you get some results on that. And best case, Quoted is going to be when you are already positioned as an expert, like you have a great profile. We have videos also talking about like what your profile should look like. Some tips for both platforms: definitely set alerts so that you know when to respond by and have like those deadlines because you can't really submit past the deadline. Make sure to personalize your pitches. Like you should not be using AI, and actually, warning, there are absolutely AI censors on these types of tech platforms, so do not use AI. Like maybe you're using it to, review your grammar, but I would definitely try to recommend that you stay away from those platforms when you are pitching using a platform like Quoted or HARO. I'd also recommend having some sort of media folder, easy bio to like copy and paste so that you don't need to reinvent the wheel every single time. And as I mentioned before, sometimes you will hear back from the writers and sometimes you don't. So this is where you could be using sites like hrefs.com. It looks like this right here, and you can be typing in your website and see the backlinks that are already populating for you. That's one way you could do it. You could also set Google alerts with your name. Anytime you are pitching, you can see if that thing goes live. And the third thing you can do is actually have a spreadsheet where you are writing down what you've pitched. And that way you can go look at a writer's muck rack if you need more information. Now, if you've loved this video today, thank you so much for being here. We are so grateful that you are part of our community. As a reminder, we do have personalized PR plans. So if you'd like to let us know what some of your PR goals are, and we actually take a look at your goals, your business, and we tell you the best way to move forward with a written pitch by us, you can find out more information in the link below. We also have a DIY PR course that goes way deeper into all these platforms and really how to position yourself for success when it comes to being a small business owner. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment, and share with a friend, and we'll be back next week. See ya.